Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. Hi, I'm Speeder. Okay, so, I just finished unfortunately rewatching The Incredible Hulk. It's still bad. Still terrible. There's like one or two good scenes in it. But if you haven't seen the title of today's video, I am going to be doing a review on it. Obviously it's a rewatch review, but do the same thing with Iron Man 1. And my intention, not sure if it's actually going to work out, is that I want to post things on certain days for each of the 3 channels that I run. On probably the 3 days that I'm most free during the week. Can't do it on Mondays, right? Thursdays, could, but not really feeling that one. Wednesdays is a no, and Sundays are a no. So, Fridays are the Keeper of the Books channel. Saturdays are this channel, Keeper of the Movies. And Tuesdays are the Keeper of the Games channel. Because I could do it on Thursday, but I kind of want to do one in more of the middle of the week rather than near the end. So, Tuesday is for Keeper of the Games. But this is I'm filming this on Friday the 26th. I thought it was the 26th yesterday, but it was actually the 25th. But yeah, it's Friday the 26th of March. Filming this. I posted a video on the Keeper of the Books channel that I've had for a while. This camera was dead for a while, so I couldn't post it. I need to film a Keeper of the Games video after this, so I have one for Tuesday. And I already have the Iron Man 1 review video for tomorrow, Saturday. You guys should get this next week on Saturday. Not that I'm talking to any of you guys, because nobody watches my videos, but we're good. Okay. Anyways, I almost rather that no one watches them, because, you know what, I'm going off topic, never mind. Okay, so, also, if you want to know where the video starts, like the actual review, I should probably mention this at the beginning, but I should leave a timestamp in the description that'll tell you when, because I had like an 8-minute intro on the Iron Man 1, and I'm just like, Speeder, what are you doing? Okay. Composure. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be reviewing The Incredible Hulk. I took some notes on it, wrote a sort of script, and yeah. So, if you don't know the drill already from the Iron Man 1, I have a setup that I have made for reviewing solo Marvel films, like main character, that includes Guardians of the Galaxy, yes, and a different one for team-up films. So the solo one usually will go over the story, then the action, then the main character, then the villain, then the character arcs, then the humor, then the yes moments, which is like moments that like give you goosebumps and you're like, yes, that was an amazing moment, and makes you want to cheer. Like there's a moment in Infinity War that I bring up all the time. It's like the "Bring me Thanos" moment from Thor. I love that in the Battle of Wakanda. By the way, this video will contain spoilers for probably most everything in the MCU, because I'll probably make off comments that'll spoil things. So if you haven't seen most, if not all, movies in the MCU, don't watch my videos on this channel that are about the MCU, because I'll probably spoil things. Yeah, I also finished season 6 of The Arrow. It was really good. I've rewatched the first 4 seasons of The Flash, the first 3 seasons of Supergirl, and the first 3 seasons of Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah. Anyways, so today, though, I slipped up when writing these down, so it's actually going to go in the order story, action, main character, character arcs, then villain, instead of villain, then character arcs, because I slipped up when writing it down. So, took these notes and these notes, and this is the script. Right. Most of it is about the story because I did like a very long summary that covers like the majority of the first page. So, you know. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so here we go. Again. First is the story. This movie does not have really many strong suits. The story in this one was okay, but it was honestly kind of pointless. So I'm trying to say, well, not trying to read my tiny, minuscule handwriting that is also crowded together and hard to read. I can't read my own handwriting. Basically, I'm trying to say that the story was okay-ish, but it didn't really have a point to the rest of the MCU that I can see so far. Maybe it will at some point, like with the new announcement of She-Hulk. Abomination is supposed to be in that, so maybe it'll be important for that, but so far it hasn't really. I mean, it introduced Ross, General Ross, and obviously Banner, but like other than them, wasn't really the best. Also, unpopular opinion, I think that the actor Edward Norton, is that it? From Incredible Hulk, did actually a better job portraying Banner than Mark Ruffalo. So I think if they had kept Edward Norton on for the rest of the MCU, I probably would have liked Banner better when they improved the character. And I think I would have liked Incredible Hulk better if they had improved the character of Banner with Edward Norton. So, yeah. Not a huge fan of the character, and not a huge fan of how Mark Ruffalo did the character in the rest of the MCU. Just, overall, I like Edward Norton better as Bruce Banner, but, you know, don't like the character so much in that one. Okay, so here is the summary of this film. Bruce Banner is exposed to gamma radiation and becomes the Hulk. His now ex-girlfriend, Elizabeth Betty Ross, was injured and her father sends Bruce away. Banner lives for years on the run, tries to get rid of the Hulk, who manifests when he is angry or has a high pulse. Banner is living in an overcrowded rural area and works at a soda factory. He's trying to, I think it's a soda factory, I'm not sure exactly. He's trying to avoid giving blood, as it is dangerous and can be used to make more like him. So basically, General Ross, Betty's father, who's one of the only canon characters from this, like, important characters from this film, not canon characters, but important characters from this film so far, is General Ross. And he wants Banner's blood because he wants to use it as a weapon to create more like him. Right, so Banner's trying to keep his blood contained, right? Banner is talking to a mysterious Mr. Blue in order to get rid of the Hulk. Banner is found by the army, including General Ross, Betty's father. They chase him down, but he escapes. Banner then travels to the place where Betty works as a, I think, teacher. I don't think they ever really made that 100% clear. She's either a teacher or a scientist at this point. I'm not even sure. But yeah. So there's this good action sequence, chase scene. Banner turns into the Hulk. Then he becomes Banner again, and then he goes to a place where Betty is at. Discovers she has a new boyfriend. So Betty has a new boyfriend. Banner goes to her for information and data about him. Once he gets it, Ross finds him again, and he is attacked. A soldier named Emil Blonsky takes a super soldier serum and goes after him. Banner and Betty hide and try to get to Mr. Blue. They rebond, even though I'm not sure if she actually was still dating that other guy. Yeah. they have several, like, kissing scenes, Banner and Betty, but, like, they kiss at the end of the movie and stuff like that, but wasn't she still dating that other guy, or did they, like, break up or something? I don't even know. She may have cheated on her boyfriend, I don't know. I don't know these things, but okay. That was a very confusing thing that I think might have been a plot hole, but I'm not 100% certain. Okay. Alright. They get to Blue and discover his name is Dr. Samuel Stearns. Stearns tries to cure Banner, and it sort of works. They find out Stearns replicated Banner's blood. The military attack. Blonsky becomes Abomination by being exposed to Banner's blood. Hulk and I missed a line. I think that it could have been that Stearns died, but it's unclear. Hulk and Abomination fight it out in the street and on roofs. Banner saves Betty again. Banner defeats Blonsky and goes to a cabin in the woods. Classic. Sorry. Stark then approaches Ross about the Avengers in the end credit scene. So yeah, that's that. It wasn't a horrible story, but it wasn't great, so story gets a 3 out of 5. So yeah, like I was saying, it wasn't a terrible story, but it wasn't an amazing one. They could have done a lot better, I think, for an origin story for the Hulk, even though it's pretty straightforward. He was exposed to gamma radiation, he became the Hulk, that's that. He doesn't want to be the Hulk. Then he tries to control being the Hulk, and he pretty much succeeds, and he only, like, truthfully succeeds in Endgame. But, you know. So yeah, I give that 3 out of 5. Next is action. Action is definitely the strong point of the film. The end fight between Banner and Abomination was the best part of it. That was the main part I enjoyed. Also, there were a few shooting, chasing, and fight scenes that were good. Mainly because of the end fight, I give action a 4 out of 5 in this film. So yeah, basically there were a few action sequences, and I think they were all pretty good. Action was the strong suit of this film. I think that the best part of the film was the end fight scene. So yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5 on action. And that is the only thing that I gave a 4 or above on. Yeah. Next is main character. Bruce Banner is definitely not one of my more liked characters in the MCU. I just am not a huge fan of his drive throughout most of the film, but he does have a small arc at the end that will give him a 2 out of 5 instead of a 1. So, I give main character 2 out of 5. Yeah. That's not the worst of it. Anyways. That means it's bad, but it's not terrible. Like, it's not 100% horrible, but it's pretty bad. 3 is like, it's okay. 4 is like, this is really good. 5 is like, this is amazing, I love this. Right. Next is character arcs. There is a small character arc for Bruce in this film. Instead of getting rid of his ability in the end, he chooses to aim his power and be a hero. So I give it a 2 out of 5 on character arc instead of a 1 once again. Just because there was a single piece of character arc. That was okay. Okay. Next is villain. The villain in this film was decent. Emil Blonsky is a decent villain and becomes a bit better as Abomination. He is a threat to Hulk as Abomination, and he does not have good enough motivation. Because of this, I give villain a 3 out of 5. He could have gotten a 4 if he had gotten a better motivation. I love when a villain has a good, strong motivation for what they did. Also, Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 2 came out today. It was really good. Nice ending. I thought I'd never see that guy again. Anyways. Okay. What was I? Next is humor. This film is basically humorless. There are like 2 or 3 moments that made me chuckle, but it wasn't very many. So I give humor what it deserves as probably the film with the least humor in the entire MCU. a 1 out of 5. Yeah, I've given several 1s on this one. I don't even think I ever gave a 2 on Iron Man 1 when I reviewed that one. That's such a good movie. It's not like it's not one of my top 3, but it's for sure one of my top 10. I love Iron Man 1. It's the best Iron Man movie in my opinion. Next is yes moments. There is one singular, small, sort of yes moment in the film. That was the Hulk smash scene. Again, I give a 1 out of 5 on yes moments, because there was literally only one. And it wasn't even that good. Next is death scenes. If there was a death scene, I did not see it. I'm honestly not sure if, what's his face? Stearns died, or if he's alive. I don't even know, so I'm not counting that as a death scene. So seeing as there is a lack of death scenes, I give it a 1 out of 5. Again. Last is side characters. Betty is decent, her boyfriend Guy seems cool, and Stearns is an idiot. The Stan Lee cameo in this one was good, so I give it a 2 out of 5 on side characters. Overall, this film gets a... Okay, I won't read that last part. So yeah, adding all of those things up, I'm going to give a few final thoughts. I don't like this film. It is my least favorite film in the entire MCU. I think Thor Dark World was slightly better than this film, even though it was also terrible. It was one of those misses, like major misses in the MCU in my opinion. It had 1 or 2 good scenes, and pretty much the strong suit of this film was the action, which I don't mind, but I prefer it when there are other scenes besides just action, when there's better things. Like, even Avengers, out of, like, Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron and stuff like that, and Civil War, most people say that, a lot of people I talk to say that Avengers Age of Ultron is their least favorite, but I actually say it's Avengers, the original movie, the Avengers Assemble thing, right? Because it was just fight scene after fight scene after fight scene after fight scene, which I don't mind. Just they needed to, and there was some good humor in it, and there was some good character arcs in there. It was a pretty good film, I admit, but it could have used some work. And I actually really enjoyed Age of Ultron, and so I actually have Avengers, the movie, as my least favorite. We'll see what the ratings say for my final rating ranking of all the MCU films after I'm done with this, but out of all of the team-up films, the original Avengers movie is my least favorite. Even though now I appreciate it a little bit more because of Infinity War and Endgame, knowing that even back then, Thanos was out there and he was a part of it. Even before that, though he wasn't directly connected until that point. But anyways, so, yeah, I hate Incredible Hulk. It's not a good movie in my opinion. The strong suit of it is action. There's a tiny little bit of everything else. It's practically humorless. I'm just not a huge fan. So, yeah, that's just my thought on it. So, overall, counting up all the points, it is a 19 out of 45 ranked film, which is significantly less than Iron Man 1. So, yeah, 19 out of 45. There you go. And I will see you guys next time. Probably with Iron Man 2.